What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at another video from the Japanese YouTube channel, and today we're going to have two cards that are new from the Shrouded Fable expansion on both sides. On one side, we're going to have Darkrai VSTAR paired with Pecharunt EX, and if you guys haven't already seen, I did a video looking at what Pecharunt EX does, which switches one of your Pokemon but poisons it to the active type, I think Dark type specifically. And here we have Revavroom EX, a stage 1 Terra Pokemon with 280 HP, but uses metal energy to attack. Evolves from Varoom, has a metal energy attack, accelerating flash, 20 plus 120 if it moved from the bench to the active this turn. This should look familiar. There's been a lot of first impression accelerating flash, those style of attacks in the Pokemon TCG across a long history, and having the lightning typing and hitting for exactly 140 seems like a pretty good coincidence to knock out a couple of our feathered friends. 3 metals, hits speed break, 250, and discard all energy attached to it. With only 1 retreat, this makes this one of the easiest Revavrooms to actually use, and you can use other pieces to power this up and accelerate because metal is one of the more usable typings to accelerate to. I guess that is lightning technically, but we're gonna go ahead and watch this YouTube video that's going to detail the use of the new video, or the new game, the new deck, and we're going to have a deck list at the end, I think, for both decks, so please stay tuned. We've got the lightning guys on the left, and we've got Pecharunt, on the right. Popping out our Beldums, if it's, it's pretty cool. We got Metang engine and the Revavroom engine to power up our guys, 250 into early attacks. We have an Artisan, just accelerate and pass. We're going to go ahead and Artisan here as well, getting a Bidoof, a Barrel Engine for the Dark-type deck. Darkrai VSTAR allowing us to get 2 item cards, I believe, from the discard and get to reuse them. 30 plus 30 for each Dark Energy on our board, so we can go ahead and accelerate a ton of Dark Energies, hopefully, to the board. But this board seems pretty messy already. We have a turn 1 attack with more P.E.K.K.A, which is pretty good, especially if we can get a switch card here, which I think is pretty doable. 1 VSTAR hitting the discard. We're going to see a Research as well on top. Oh my god. Janine, one of the newer supporters, allowing us to detach 2 Dark-type energy from our deck. We're going to go ahead and use Pecharunt's ability, or Pecharunt, sorry, to switch out and poison. And we'll go ahead and use in Hungry Hungry Hurry attack, I think that's the attack called, power up our Darkrai in one fell swoop, take a prize card, knock out the only Beldum, take 10 damage on the active, but now we're in a position where, well, we can get into the Revavroom, get a free attack off and an attachment, get some Beldums onto the board, ideally. We don't really need too much. Cynthia's Ambition, a really cool card here to just refill our hand. A third Revavroom, I don't know. I feel like in this situation, we probably want to just grab another Beldum, honestly, because like Metang seem pretty good to keep chaining. But maybe we have like Turos in this deck that allow us to keep picking up our Revavrooms, attack after attack. Because the most successful variations of this deck or style of deck were after you could pick up the attacker after it's been attacked once. Because a lot of the time, like, I mean, this is 280 HP, so it's highly unlikely that it'll get knocked out anytime soon from a single attack. Maybe not. Double Dark Patch coming through is pretty insane. Pokegear, we lost a lot of supporters, but apparently we didn't lose Ionos attached to the active. We're going to go ahead and Iono. Seeing 6 new cards. We see the Mochi being attached. Mochi to Darkrai as well. If you're poisoned, you do 40 more damage. So we're going to go ahead and evolve to Bib. Draw 3 with Bibarel. Darkrai VSTAR on the active. Unfair Stamp is coming out, and using Darkrai VSTAR's ability to get, or VSTAR ability to get Unfair Stamp again on a later turn is a very, very threatening thing to do, especially against a deck that can't refill its hand, like this deck with double Bibarel, very easily doing it. 180 damage coming out. I can't help but wonder, I mean, I guess we never get to 280 here, but 180 seems pretty reasonable, and the only way we got one shot back on the return is Choice Band, or Choice Band, not Max Belt, plus the second attack with a belt with a Metang. So we're gonna go ahead and see just a retreat into Tatsugiri. We'll see how many kind of pickup cards this version plays to kind of heal the Revavrooms. Prime Catcher Escape Board is pretty good here. A new Revavroom coming through, attach, and a Prime Catcher probably on to. I would have taken Squawkabilly out, I think, here. Just take 2 prize cards, because the barrels are kind of just... Oh, I guess you can't. It's only 140. My bad. I'm trolling. That one's on me. I thought it was 160 for some reason in my head. Great Engine coming through. Another Darkrai VSTAR. And now we can even Pecharunt for more damage. 40 plus. Putting us at 220 at the current moment on our Darkrai VSTAR. We can go ahead and use Janine. Accelerating 2 more, so putting us at even more damage. This Dark Box deck is looking legit more by the minute just because you have Darkrai VSTAR, you have all these options. The Mochi card seems very, very good, and we get to a perfect 280 damage to take a knockout here on this Revavroom. Going, I mean, like, this is just kind of crazy because even if we take the knockout of the active Darkrai, another Darkrai can be established. Sure, all the energy is like packed up on one or two things, but the Darkrai player could have just spread out their energy by attaching to something like the barrel or the Squawkabilly or something at some point to just make more space. We're going to see an Arven for Ultra Ball, getting rid of two of the tools that we just got off the Arven on the other turns, picking ourselves up a Metang to see 4 new cards. We need to hit metal energies here. That's really all we need to do. 2 metals coming through, attach the active. If we get 1 more metal energy from hand, we can go ahead and do 250, and then the Darkrai will die from poison in between turns. However, this Revavroom is already very seriously damaged, so it's really not... Wait, what? Did I read the card wrong? Discard this Pokemon and all cards attached to it. Not discard all energy. Oh. I see. So we do get the knockout and we get to take our 2 prizes off the board. Oh, this card's way worse than I thought. I thought, oh, this is awful. That's ball and coming through. We're going to see a boss's orders, bringing up the Tatsugiri. 180. This is a turn I probably would use Darkrai VSTAR's ability to just kind of reset, probably, just because we don't really have a great way to go around the rest. Another 2 Tatsugiri. That's kind of crazy. Another Metang coming through. 1 to the active, 1 to the bench, 1 to the other. So 3. Okay, very good. Attach retreat to Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri putting in a lot of work. 2 Palpad putting back in Cynthia's Ambition. That would be a pretty insane rip right here. Cynthia's Ambition. There it is. We're going to go ahead and see a TM Evo. Cynthia's Ambition, drawing 7. I probably would have done this in some different order because if you draw into the cards we want to evolve into, it's not good. But we have... Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. The TM Evo, and it's a fail. Like, so the evolutions are probably in the hand now. So if I'm the Darkrai VSTAR player, I just go get Iono with my VSTAR. I go get gear for Iono or something because we're at 2 to 2 prize cards. And I just clap the active. Like, what does my opponent do? Like, this is just an insanely good board position to be in. Like, we can go... Okay, I don't think the board Pekko bench was correct here. I think it's almost always... we just have the Iono. I think it's always another Darkrai. But maybe, like we're not going to poison ourselves. So we're not going to put ourselves in the position where it's, like, a problem. So we're going to go ahead and Pecharunt here, go into the active again. Poison. We get to move the energies to the bench. But there's no way... I don't know. I think Pecharunt's probably the safest place to put them. Take 1 prize card. Mimikyu goes into the active. I think we have to keep the more Pekko in case this Mimikyu gets stuck in the active at some point because we might not have Gust. I don't know what's in the lists, right? So like maybe we don't have the Gust to get around it. But in this situation, I don't know. I feel like we could have just gone with 2 Darkrai's because we're not actually in range of getting 1 shot. Another Batang coming through. Pokestop. Switch. What are we thinking? We need Ultra Ball. We need a lot of cards to even stay in this game. So is the Pokestop going to be able to do this? Metal. Nope. Flutterman. Nothing else. We could probably go Ultra Ball for a Revavroom. And then pass. I don't know. Like I feel like that's just a bad thing to do. Because now this Mimikyu just dies and the game ends if they can move. Boss Barrel is also useless because then they can just switch. We're going to see the retreats. We're going to go ahead and see Darkrai VSTAR's ability. Using its once per turn ability. Getting 2 Dark Patches. I think there's enough Darks in the discard. So this play does work out. But I don't know, like being up, like I think there was another turn where we were too greedy and held our VSTAR where we could have just unfair stamped when there was no Tatsugiri on the board. When we were killing the Tatsugiri, like we could have just grabbed unfair stamp or could have grabbed another Iono. Like I don't know, like this Revavroom deck does not seem like it has a draw engine, so being able to punish that seems pretty insane. Darkrai seems pretty good. I think Pecharunt seems pretty insane. Like this card seems actually very, very strong from everything I've seen from it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lists as they show them. Here's the Darkrai deck. We see just a lot of dark type stuff. 4 Dark Patch, 3 Janine, 3 Research, 3 Iono, 2 Mochi. Super consistent, I think, across the board. I'd maybe play Ann Arven if we're playing Gear. Ann or 2 Arven, just because getting Stamp plus Mochi seems pretty good. Because we can go Stamp Mochi or Vessel Mochi or Dark Patch even Mochi. And we can just attack for plus 70. So like 1 Arven becomes plus 70. but maybe it's not needed. Like maybe you just don't need to do that. I don't know. It seems like kind of a no-brainer to me. Let's take a look at the Revavroom list. We see Revavrooms out the wazoo. One of the new stretchers, one of the rods. Very few no pickup cards. It looks like. So there's no real use of this 120 attack or 140 attack with good measure. A lot of the deck seems like this version is built to go 250 and delete itself and put up like a Fluttermane or a Mimikyu or a Tatsugiri and just stall for a turn. The Metag is also a thin line. So I don't know if I like this. Like I don't really like what's going on here. I feel like there's got to be some remodeling done with our boy here. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. There will be a lot of new content coming out on this channel. If you have any suggestions, please join my Discord down below, and we will work together to build this channel better. Thank you so much. Peace out.